Absolutely. And speaking of commentary, I think commentary coming in as far as tariffs are also concerned is also very important to watch out for. And a day after Canada and Mexico threatened retaliatory tariffs in US, the White House announced a 1-month exemption for automakers. In fact, the announcement came post Trump's call with heads of General Motors, Ford Motor and Stellantis. Companies, in fact, have urged Trump to waive 25% tariffs levied on Mexico and Canada on vehicles that comply with the United States. Mexico-Canada agreements trade rules of origin as well. In fact, the American Automotive Policy Council, that's a trade group representing the big three Detroit automakers, applauded Trump's decision, recognizing that vehicles and parts that meet the high US and regional USMCA content requirements should be exempt from these tariffs. In fact, Trump's press secretary also said, and I quote, reciprocal tariffs will still go into effect on April 2nd, but at the request of the companies associated with the USMCA, the president is giving them an exemption for 1 month, so they're not at an economic disadvantage. She also added that Trump may be open to hearing requests from other industries seeking exemptions as well. According to reports, in fact, GM CEO Mary Barra, Stellantis Chairman John Elkann and Ford CEO Jim Farley and Ford Chair Bill Ford also participated in the call with Trump to negotiate the terms of this particular exemption that we just talked about. Reacting to the news flow, then shares of GM, Ford and Stellantis shot up. So that's the update coming in as far as auto tariffs are concerned.
But keeping up with the tariffs, now as per the reports, the Trump administration is thinking of carrying out certain agricultural products from tariff imposed on Mexico and Canada. Beg your pardon. But according to the Agriculture Secretary, Brooke Rollins, everything is on the table. She said that specific exemptions and carve-outs, perhaps for potash and fertilizer, etc., may be on the cards.
Rather than meanwhile, the US president also got on a call with the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Trump, in fact, criticized Trudeau, accusing him of leveraging the tariff issue to maintain political stronghold. Over the call, both leaders spoke about the smuggling of fentanyl into the US from Canada and Mexico. In fact, the US president also called out his Canadian counterpart, said that Canada's efforts to avert tariffs were not good enough. So that's some key important commentary coming in, a very strong-footed commentary coming in from Trump as well. According to Trump, the call ended on a somewhat cordial note. So, well, that's what he also had to say about this particular interaction.
We're shifting focus to Mexico now, wherein President Sheinbaum reiterates that stands over tariffs. He says that Mexico may look at other trade partners if necessary in the wake of the tariffs. Now, in her address, she calls the ongoing spat a definitive moment for Mexico. In fact, she also assured that economically Mexico is doing okay and that as a nation, they will not submit to the tariffs. Now, both of them, like Sheinbaum as well as Trump, expected to get on the call later today.
Rather than moving on, time now for highlights from the Federal Reserve Survey Beach Book. According to the report, economic activity in the US has been uneven since mid-January, even as unemployment nudged higher and inflation also saw a modest increase coming in. Overall, the expectations for economic activity over the coming months were optimistic. And compared with January, the survey also reflected growing anxiety among businesses across most districts about how Trump's plans to increase import duties and restrict immigration could affect demand as well as prices. In fact, the report also included 47 mentions of uncertainty, up from 17 in the January report, and 49 mentions of tariffs, up from just 23 in January and 11 in December.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.